Wow. Thank you, Dean DeTore, for that kind introduction. I am humbled to be with all of you today. President Manuel, VIPs, faculty, staff, graduating students, family and friends, and my family in particular, thank you for the honor of being your commencement speaker. You know, I've always considered myself a forward thinker, whether as a young girl, defying convention and telling the world that I wanted to be an actor, despite what people thought a deaf person could or couldn't do. Whether it was plowing forward through an industry that wanted to stop me in my tracks, even after winning Hollywood's highest honor, the Academy Award, simply because I was deaf. Or when I testified before Congress on behalf of a technology that had yet to be embraced, but that would eventually benefit millions, called closed captioning. And now, seeing captions everywhere. By the way, how many of you, even though you're not deaf or hard of hearing, use captions? You're welcome. My life has been defined by showing people that there is always a way towards achieving mutual respect and embracing the power of individuality. A world that welcomes all voices and does not have room for hate. And most importantly, a world that encourages all of us to speak from a place of wisdom and love. How appropriate it is then that your university's motto is, "I will show you the way of wisdom." As someone who grew up deaf, part of a thriving culture of millions of Americans who communicate using American Sign Language, but who face many negative stereotypes, I know how important it is for me to defy old school attitudes about disability and deafness, to show that my world is no different than yours. Yes, it is true, I cannot hear, but my life and career has proven I am far from being silent. In my world, there is no room for all the isms that keep people down, except for one: optimism. I am eternally optimistic that if we treat each other equally, all will be right in the world. It's just a matter of having the strength and bravery to show them that it's all about inclusion. This belief and desire to spread the word about how recognizing all the wonderful things that can come from promoting a more equitable and inclusive society came from different corners of my life. From my upbringing, not far from here in Morton Grove, to the Chicago public school system that welcomed kids like me into mainstream classrooms, and most importantly, from my parents and my mentors who fostered the idea that nothing is impossible despite our differences. That attitude eventually allowed me to embrace my passion to become an actor, performing as a young girl alongside other deaf kids at a theater in Northbrook called the Center on Deafness. And it was there, when I was 12 years old, that I had the opportunity to meet Henry Winkler, the actor. And when I told him that I wanted to be an actor just like him, he told me to follow my dreams and follow my heart no matter what anyone said. And guess what? 8.5 years later, I was standing on a stage in Hollywood with an Academy Award in my hands. critics had their doubts about whether I deserved the honor, and others who said I didn't deserve it because I was a deaf person in a deaf role. I stood my ground, and I worked hard to rewrite the formula for success and access. And I did it simply by speaking my truth, by showing the naysayers the way to wisdom, by refusing to give up on my dreams, all the while speaking out on behalf of the underserved and underrepresented. So, as you have given me the stage, I am now going to share some advice with you that I once gave to myself. Whatever it was inside you that allowed you to reach this important milestone in your life, use that to overcome barriers that come your way. Take charge. And by taking charge, I mean in your personal and your family life. Take charge by helping out a friend or a neighbor. Take charge by giving back to a community that helps the underserved. If you give the time to reach out, if you can go beyond that in the same way that my parents did, to reach out, to help break down barriers, you can potentially show the way to a young girl like me, like myself, in the same way that my parents and mentors did for me. In the end, it will help benefit not only those who face barriers, but you will do it by doing a world of good. Doing those barriers, breaking down the barriers, will do a world of good for everyone. Remember, apply what you've learned here at Depaul and challenge yourselves to accept no labels, to discard all the negatives, and to consider only the positives. You know, I said earlier that I was a proud member of a most wonderful and vibrant deaf culture and its amazing language, American Sign Language. And I may be biased, but believe me when I say that ASL, as we call it, goes beyond what any spoken language can do by conveying ideas through our hands, our faces, and our bodies, evoking time, place, and emotion. And I can think of no other spoken language that holds that kind of power literally in its hands. So because of that, and because we are all sharing this space together, I'd like to put that power in your hands. So, if you wouldn't mind, put down your phones, save that selfie or video for later, and sign with me. Okay? Ready? Ready? Courage. Courage. Dreams. Dreams. Success. Success. Okay, you can stop signing. Courage plus dreams equals success. My life has been defined by the courage that my parents had to know that the real handicap of deafness does not lie in the ear, it lies in the mind. Defined by the mentors who encouraged me to believe that no dream is impossible. And as a result of courage and dreams, I was able to realize success. The same can be true for you if you take those 3 words to heart and refuse to let others define you. In uncertain times, the world needs you more than ever, particularly as we see our cherished institutions, the arts, education, social services being questioned, being diminished, being dismantled. The leaders for tomorrow is certainly important, and at these times, it is so vital that you are able to inspire to be leaders for today. And learn, as you do, to Continue to embrace the idea that you are more than what people think you are, and much more than even that. Lastly, do your best to be authentic, to be real, to be kind, to volunteer, to laugh, and to love. Most of all, listen to your hearts, reject hate, and instead live in peace. Thank you for the honor of Doctor of Humane Letters. As humbled as I am to share my thoughts with all of you, I'm also grateful that I could watch my son graduate right here on stage. Thank you, President Manuel. Thank you, entire faculty and staff. Thank you to family and friends. Most importantly, thank you to all of you graduating today. Hey, Mom and Dad, wherever you are, I got an honorary doctorate from a Chicago university.